Alexis Nunes alongside Shaka, Hislop. Inter Milan up against Roma, Jose Mourinho's men. Shaka coming away with the win, a 2-1 win thanks to a goal from Chris Smalling, who's been quite the addition, of course, as well. Concerns over Paulo Dybala. We know he was carrying a bit of a niggle. He came off as well with a bit of a niggle. But overall, we expected a cagey affair in this one. What did you think of it?
I think if you're Inter, you're wondering how you lose that. And in all honesty, the answer is you shot yourselves in the foot. I thought Inter played the better football. They had more possession. But at times, they were their own worst enemy. They take the lead in the first half. They seem fairly commanding. And then Roma all of a sudden, I was about to say Roma put them on the ropes, but Roma launched an attack and which brought two really good saves out of Handanovic. But then the referee called it back for a foul on Dumfries, which I think was the right call. Now, the referee took quite a while just to kind of make that call in the end, but I thought it was the right one. And straight from that free kick, Roma get caught playing the ball out of the back. And without, Inter get caught playing the ball out of the back without Roma doing anything special at all. They just cough the ball up. They get caught thin at the back. Bastoni is right next to Dybala, but because they get caught in transition, they thin through the middle. Pellegrini makes a run centrally. Bastoni has to leave Dybala to pick up Pellegrini, and then the ball over to Dybala was a good one. The finish, though, goodness me, from Paulo Dybala. Handanovic does get a hand on it, and maybe questions will be asked around whether he could have done more. And there's a lot of questions around Handanovic and Onana, but I won't get into that, certainly not today. The finish from Dybala certainly was something special. And all of a sudden, being second best for much of the first half, you go in at the break and you're even. And then second half, same old story. Inter dominating, Rui Patricio, I can't even say called into action that because the woodwork, Inter hitting the woodwork, Inter again dominating. Everything seemed to be going Inter's way. And then Inter give away a free kick. And in fairness, the ball in from Pellegrini was simply special. Inter don't do a good enough job defensively, I will admit. And Smalling gets a free header from 4 or 5 yards out. And even though I'm saying 4 or 5 yards, I don't think Handanovic could have come for it. The ball from Pellegrini really was that special. But you need defenders to deal with it. Inter didn't. They go behind. And from there, Roma just set up shop. And from there on in, Rui Patricio didn't have an awful lot to do, certainly not that I can recall. And Inter go on and hold on and never really look in trouble, in my opinion, from there on in. So if you're Inter, you come away feeling, well, we played better than that, but you only have to see yourselves to blame.
Yeah, and I mean, both teams needed to bounce back after both suffering some losses before the international break. I know it's been a weird season so far where we've seen some interesting results from the usual suspects for the Scudetto in Serie A. But looking at these two teams now, how do they bounce back? Where do they go from here?
Well, I'm not sure. And again, Inter, without Lukaku himself, maybe he coming back in, see what his timelines look like. And then we also have to keep an eye on Dybala. Given the fact that he came out just before the hour mark, Tammy Abraham's come in and gave a different look to Roma's attack, more direct, a lot more physical. But Dybala is a special player. He really is. So we see where Roma go from here see where both go in that regard, especially with, in this case, European action coming up in midweek. But like I say, you come away from this one thinking Inter were their own worst enemy, and to address that, you have to address how easily you give the ball up in your own back third. If you're Roma, you have a result that you can build on. You have a rearguard performance. As again, at times they were a little bit lucky. At times, Lady Luck did smile on Roma defensively. but you put together a performance in all departments that you can build on. There was nothing that was foreign to Jose Mourinho in how this game went, including the results. It's a step in the right direction for them as well.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.